Pepe coin holders? I've got a video for you guys here when we talk about Pepe. I just entered a 75x long. The market's been dumping a bit, trying to catch some knives here. So without further ado, welcome back to Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys. So we're going to start off here on Crypto Twitter. You can follow me at 333Blacksea. I say, is it the Bitcoin and stablecoin cycle? What about the altcoins, right? Because I quote tweeted USDC. They said, has USDC helped simplify how you send or spend money? And my answer is yes. And I think that really what this made me think about is how this cycle is the institutional cycle. We're seeing Bitcoin mass adoption happening. We're seeing governments, financial institutions, huge corporations accumulating Bitcoin, okay? And on top of that, they're talking about stablecoins because, guys, you know what comes next with mass adoption of Bitcoin? Crypto and banking. And with that, you need stablecoins, okay? Now, what does that mean for Pepe? Does that mean that there won't be a meme coin season? Does that mean there's going to be no altcoin season? In my opinion, no, I don't believe that. I do believe that there will be an altcoin season. I just think that it's going to be a little bit different this time. But so let's take a look at Pepe here. We have broken back above a very important support level. So far, this looks like just one big bear trap, which I'd like to see a little bit of a close call with the bullish support line here at about 4.010. And I said that was kind of like my line in the sand. Anything below that, I'd be concerned that this entire move right here was a lower high, if you will, a dead cat bounce, if you will. But as of right now, this looks okay. Like this looks like it could be setting up to test the top of this channel here, which would be a significant move to the upside. Guys, I've been just trying to long ever since we broke above 4.012. I've been trying to catch a big 75x trade. I've made a few $1,000s doing some 75x Pepe longs, but a lot of them just get stopped out. In the profit, I may add, but I'm just doing, small trades, $100, $200, maybe $1,000 a max with really, really high leverage and just trying to catch a good run because if I get an entry down here in this area and we come and test the top of this area, and even better, if we break above this and start to maybe make our way to new all-time highs into Q4, that entry will be absolutely massive. So looking at it right now, the trade is down about $1. We're down about 1.73%. But guys, I'm going to be honest, I'm just trying to catch an entry. It's only a $75 trade, guys. And when you're trading with high leverage, like anything over like a 10x leverage position, in my opinion, you got to be willing to lose that money. Like you have to be trading with money you're willing to lose. And now, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing and what strategies that I'm trying to capitalize on while this market's hot. And I'm showing you guys that I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So if you want to be trading, look at that, just flip green. If you guys want to be trading as well, trying to catch some of these entries on Pepe, meme coins, or Bitcoin, or you want to short, it's up to you. But in my opinion, I do think this market is getting ready to see some moves to the upside. Look at this. It's in the green now, about $3. I like to see that. Then check out in the description box below or pin comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign bonus to Blowfin. Click the link, deposit, Trailbit. You get a bunch of free money, and there's a lot of awesome promotions as well. If you just base purely on trading volume, you can get a Tesla Model 3 worth about $30,000. So take advantage of these promotions while the market is volatile and hot. And guys, I think that we are in the most volatile phase of this bull market 4-year cycle. All right, so looking at the entire market, Bitcoin's trading at $108,600. We saw a little bit of a breakdown, like nothing crazy, 1.45%, but Bitcoin dominance still trading sideways. So where is this altcoin season? Is it going to come? I think it is. I think we just have to be a little bit patient here. I think that we should be paying attention to the 4-year cycle. And based on the 4-year cycle, Q4 2025 should be the time that we see altcoins make a move, especially if we start to front run Q4 with Bitcoin making a move to, say, new all-time highs in Q3 here. Because I've been saying that my invalidation point, I've been saying that I've been somewhat bearish, and I think that Q3 is somewhat sluggish with the invalidation of if we start to make big moves and rally towards the end of the end of June, then I would say, hey, that's probably my invalidation that we're going to be front-running Q4's gains a little bit. That being said, if that does play out, then I do expect that the altcoin season will happen sooner rather than later, and for the second half of 2025, if you will. So looking at Pepe right now, we're looking at rank 27, about 5.11% in the past 7 days. And look, guys, we're down like 5% in the past 24 hours. So I'm trying to catch some of these moves. I like trading right before the daily candle closure happens, which happens in about 5 minutes. So usually you can catch a big move. Usually there's a big liquidity grab before like we start to break down. followed by a big bounce, or you see a big move to the upside followed by a big breakdown on daily candle closures and opens. So I am hoping to catch this move to the upside here, and hopefully this trade, like look at it, the trade's already 17%, 18% in the profit. This is why I like doing these high leverage trades, especially when the market's hot, and especially when there's key volatile times, because this $75 trade could turn into a $1,000 profit as long as I catch this entry, as long as we start to make a move higher here. But guys, trading around daily candle closures and opens are very risky. But that being said, if you're using money you're willing to lose and you're trying to capitalize on the volatility, I think it's a somewhat lucrative time to be trading. So Pepe is sitting at a $5.25 billion market cap. We are about a 2.5x from all-time highs. All-time highs was at about a $14-15 billion market cap, I believe, or I think it was between 13 and 15, depending on where you were looking. I think there's a good opportunity here. Now, like I need to preach it because I'm not a financial advisor, guys, but based on all of the meme coins and how they've been acting, the price action, I think that the best bet is Pepe over Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. You got Dogecoin with super high inflation rate. You got Shiba Inu that really has been somewhat lackluster. I haven't seen a lot of hype behind it in the past cycle, the past like few years. There's only been a couple cool burns where people have burned millions and millions and millions of coins. But other than that, I think Pepe has the most mind share, and I think it has the most opportunity to have staying power. So I am bullish on Pepe out of all of them. And if you look at the overall market right now, guys, looking at Bitcoin, we are flirting with a very important price level. And guys, I still am leaning towards the idea that we rally into the end of June and we start to set up a little bit of a front run of Q4 into Q3, and that meaning probably Bitcoin steals the show for a little bit, and maybe we make our way to 120 to 150,000 by the end of Q3. Now, if we don't make new highs by the end of June, then I would say, hey guys, get prepared for a bigger move of sideways price action. Maybe come back and test 100,000 again. I think that's possible. What I really like, my big invalidation of, hey guys, like this is a double top and the top is in for the cycle, is if we start to break down below this level here between 94,000 and 88K. That would be a very, very spooky level. Can we come down to 94,000? Yes, we can. Can we come down to 88K? I'd be concerned about that. So those are kind of my invalidation points. I just want to make sure I give you guys the different scenarios because, guys, there can be a 99% chance that something is going to happen in trading. Guess what? There's still 1% invalidation. You need to be talking about both angles here. Otherwise, you're going to get wrecked. There's not definites when it comes to trading. It's probability and statistics. Let's check on the trade one more time before I end this video here. We're up about 14%. Very nice. I'm going to keep this open. Hopefully, we just see this move continue to the upside. Looking at this, you see on Market Cipher, on Pepe on the daily time frame, you have a green dot on the momentum wave. Money flow is increasing. The VWAP is kind of curling up a little bit here. I think that I wouldn't be surprised to see continuation of the upside on the daily in the next 1 minute and 40 seconds. It's going to be very curious. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that this trade is going to just go to the moon? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? That's what I'm saying. When you're using high leverage, you need to be very, very, you got to be prepared to lose that money, especially if you're doing anything over like 10x. But this trade is just going to be bouncing up and down until this daily candle closure. It's very, very volatile. But guys, if you like this type of content, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Do you think this is a good entry for Pepe? I'm very curious on what you have to say about that. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.